Did y'all hear about Ronnie Spector? You know, of the, how many of y'all remember her songs, Be My Baby? Don't, be my baby. Oh man, those were the years. I was a teenager in North Carolina. Woo! I heard that song. I said, Lord have mercy. And I fell in love with the Ronettes. And the article here says Ronnie Spector, lead singer of the classic girl group, the Ronettes, dies at 78. Ronnie Spector, the Ronettes, she died after having been diagnosed with cancer. A statement from the family was released on Spector's website confirming her passing, reading, and I quote, "Our beloved earth angel, Ronnie, peacefully left this world today after a brief battle with cancer. She was with family and in the arms of her husband, Jonathan. Ronnie lived her life with a twinkle in her eye and a spunky attitude, a wicked sense of humor, and a smile on her face. She was filled with love and gratitude," unquote, or close quote. And as the front woman for the vocal trio, the Ronettes, Spector sang of some of the most immaculate pop of the 1960s, including "Walking in the Rain," "Baby, I Love You," and of course the group's signature smash, the peerless "Be My Baby." Spector's voice on these girl group classics was somewhat ready, but undeniably powerful and indelible, typifying the best of the approachable, youthful, and the often delicious-sounding singing vocals of the era, which made Ronnie's songs feel both reliable and intoxicating to consider young listeners. All right, so Ronnie, you know what they don't mention here, of course, is that Ronnie Spector, leave that there for Mr. What they don't mention is that Ronnie Spector was, what really catapulted her to fame was Phil Spector, who she later married. And she is known as Ronnie Spector. That's not who she was born as. I think she's a mix of Latino. She was born in East Harlem, right there, about 10 blocks from where I now sit. She was born, what was her name at the time? She was born as Veronica Bennett in Spanish Harlem. And her from an Irish-American father, and her mother was an African-American and of Cherokee descent. So she was, but lived in Spanish Harlem. Phil Spector picked her up, heard her singing, and first they went down to Philadelphia and then later in Los Angeles. Phil Spector, I led a movement. It didn't go anywhere. I was hoping that it would, didn't think that it would, to free Phil Spector, because Phil Spector was accused and finally convicted of and died in prison, allegedly having shot some young California starlet in his house one night. But he was married to Ronnie. They got married. And the other woman that sang with Darling Love, who was a beautiful voice as well, Darling Love and the Crystals were produced by, Phil Spector produced. And I don't know if you remember the song, "He's a Rebel and He Wanna Be." He's a rebel and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I forget the words now. Phil Spector recorded Tina Turner. Ike wasn't too happy about that. What was the song he recorded on Tina Turner? I forget now, but it was a powerful song. They call Phil Spector's music a wall of sound. We got a young group here in our church. I'm praying this side will pick them up. It's not too late for somebody to pick up. You have a picture of Phil Spector, the iconic. That's when he was in his younger days. The boy went crazy. Phil Spector. He was a genius. The man was a musical genius. There's been nobody like him. But we have a group in our church called the Give It Up. They're very talented. And I'm pushing them everywhere. I just pray that somebody like Phil Spector can hear them and deal with them. And we got a lot of talented people. We got the Guzmans, we got 12 and Michael, and, we got even Sabbath. It's not too late for her to get picked up. I don't know if she want to go down that road. And I don't know if she's going to let her daughter, Anna, go down that road. But to give it up, I'm praying that they'll get some notice as well. But and they're a trio too. But Ronnie, got very lucky with Phil Spector, and they made each other. And those were great years of great sound. That's when music, whoa, man, I'll tell you the truth. You listen to Phil Spector and Ronnie run that and Be My Baby and Baby I Love You and Walking in the Rain and oh, Lord, I remember those songs. And the feeling and euphoria that I enjoyed in the summers of down in North Carolina, listening to that wall of sound is just unforgettable. So we say goodbye to Ronnie, Ronette. Veronica, we say goodbye to you. 78 is kind of young, but cancer it doesn't play. But what a major contributions she made to humankind. And I know a lot of people don't want to respect Phil Spector. The song he did with Tina Turner was River Deep, Mountain High. That's the one. But were it not for Phil Spector, we would know about Ronnie Ronette. I can tell you that right now. Let me just say this. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not a Democrat. Definitely ain't that. I'm not a Republican. Sure enough, stomped on ain't that. I'm not a liberal. Ain't gonna never be. And I'm not a conservative. I'm not that. I'm not a red boy or a blue boy. I'm the Lord's servant. Listen, I'm not here in support of Joe Biden and Camelback Hank Black Harris. The last thing on the planet Earth would be I'd be supporting them. I'm not. I don't have anything kind to say about them. I'm not here in support of Trump or any of the Trump supporters. I'm the Lord's servant. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm on the Lord's side. Let's be clear. All right, they'll be calling me a Biden supporter and I done flipped the wig and this, that, and the other. I did endorse Trump. I'll admit that I did, but not now.